guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am joined by Kate, who is founder of A Tidy Mind. She's a professional declutterer and home organiser, and she is going to be sharing some of her top tips with us today. Kate and I have been friends for a long time, but I also am completely obsessed with everything she does professionally. I've always loved calm, organised spaces and homes, and since I've met Kate, you've certainly shown me how to take it to the next level.
Thank you.
But in the best possible way. And Kate's going to talk to you a little bit in a minute about what she does and how she does it. But certainly a lot of the tips and advice that I have learned from following you and knowing you, I have incorporated into my own work through my wardrobe detoxes and organisation with my clients. So I was really keen to have Kate on to share some of the amazing stuff that she does and give us her top tips for wardrobe organisation. So I will hand over to Kate, and I really hope you enjoy this video.
So hi everybody, so I'm Kate Ibbottson and founder of A Tidy Mind. So yes, as Anna said, I am a professional declutterer and organiser, and I work with people generally one-to-one in their own homes, and the aim is pretty much the same. It is to create a calm, organised, clutter-free space. It's not about creating perfection, it's not about kind of being over the top with this whole organisation thing, but what it's about is feeling like you start the day calm because you know what's in your wardrobe, but you can see what you own and things like that. So I wanted to talk about my 3 top tips, I guess, for a clutter-free organised wardrobe, and then I'm just going to talk a bit about morning routine as well. So my first tip is all about folding clothes. Now, a lot of you will have heard of Marie Kondo, famous Japanese decluttering guru. I don't follow her methods completely, but one thing I do take from her that I love and most of my clients love is vertical folding of clothes. So I'm going to demonstrate this in a minute, but you can see behind me I've got these cubby holes in my wardrobe, and before I learned about the vertical folding technique, they were a nightmare. I would pile clothes on top of each other in these cubby holes. Everything would fall out when I tried to get something. It would all end up being a big jumbled mess, and it used to drive me crazy. And it's a little known fact that you can store more clothes in drawers or cubby holes than you can in hanging space. And what I find in a lot of modern houses these days is there's very limited hanging space, but you can usually fit a chest of drawers in, and you can use the surface as a dressing table, so it can be a bit of a multi-use piece of furniture. So this is what folding looks like, but let me demonstrate it to you and you can try it at home. So vertical folding is where you can see all the clothes that you own in a drawer or in a box or in a cubby hole, because they're standing up on their own and they're next to each other rather than on top of each other. So this is kind of what I mean by vertical folding. It looks neat. When you take clothes out, you don't have to disturb other clothes, and the folding is really easy to do, and it's quite addictive. So I'm going to do an example of vertical folding. So with a t-shirt or a jumper that's got quite thin material, you would do it like this. So you lay it out on a flat surface, you fold the sleeves in, you make it into a rectangle, and then you fold it into 3, so fold to the centre and then to the end. And then what you're left with is a t-shirt or a jumper that stands up on its own. You can then stack them vertically one after another. With a thicker jumper, the only difference would be you do the same, lay it flat on a bed or a floor, you fold the arms in, you make it into a rectangle like you did before, and then because it's thicker material you just fold it in half. And again, it stands up on its own and it doesn't crease. A lot of people worry that it does, but as long as you make the folds quite loose, then the garment won't crease. So my second tip is about storage, but just a slight word of warning about storage. If you haven't yet decluttered your wardrobe, you might want to wait until the end before you start investing in storage, because you won't know what you need and you're at risk of buying the wrong storage and it kind of adding to any clutter problem that there may be. But the storage is the fun part. That's when you get to go on an IKEA binge, or you get to go on Amazon and look at all these amazing things. There's certain storage bits that I love and that I always recommend to clients, so I'm just going to give you some examples of these now. So I'm holding in front of me the scarf hanger. You can get these from IKEA. What I love about them is that you can hang these in a wardrobe, or you can hang them on a wall hook, so you can kind of hang them on the back of your wardrobe, you get on the back of a door or on the front of a door. So they're really versatile, and what I find is a lot of people have a drawer full of scarves, but they're all buried and they can't see them, so this is a way you can kind of display them, and they look really beautiful as well with all the different colours. And then we've got skinny hangers, which I'm a total convert. Can't imagine using any other hangers now. You can get lots of varieties of slim hangers, but the point is these are probably 60% slimmer than wooden hangers. Wooden hangers look beautiful, but let's face it, we just can't fit that many in our wardrobes, and most people don't have the space. So these are also, they've got a felt around them, which means that the clothes don't slip off, and they're just really, really great. So you can get these from Amazon. So still on the subject of storage, what I always say is containment is key. So if you've got small items like belts, accessories, chunky jewellery, anything like that, then use a container to just separate it out. You can use anything. I might use a white box for belts, say, or you could use a large Tupperware. If it's inside a wardrobe, it doesn't have to necessarily look, really pretty. It's just kind of, if you use what you have in your home, then you can't go far wrong with that. But just kind of remember the rule: containment is key, especially for small items. And I tend to contain everything really. So, like for example, these containers up here, I've got out of season clothes in here, and I've even got my painting clothes in the other one. And it just means that you're creating a home for things. Okay, so tip 3 is all about utilising wall space. So a lot of our homes are quite compact, and there's nothing wrong with that. We've got to make every inch count. Sometimes I'll get a client who will say, I've just got no more room, I literally can't build more storage, and I'll just say to them, you've got this huge great big wall here, what about that? So utilising wall space is really important when it comes to clothes, accessories, jewellery. So you see kind of behind me, I've got my necklaces kind of hung from hooks in the wall, command hooks, which you can buy anywhere really, they just stick to the wall, and I think it looks really pretty. I think it kind of brightens up the wall anyway, and it's almost like a piece of art when you've got your jewellery there, like looking really pretty. And then also I've got my hairdryer and my hair straighteners suspended against the wall, and it means that they're not taking up any space inside a drawer or like down on the floor, which a lot of people kind of end up storing them in a basket on the floor or just kind of anywhere homeless. And I always put them back in their place because simply there's a place for them. So 2 examples of utilising wall space there.
Okay, go.
Okay, and then just another example of utilising wall space is just up here. I've got a hook in the wall and I've hung a scarf hanger from it. And the point is, you can get some really beautiful looking hooks these days. You can get them to go with the decor in your room. You can get them to look a bit quirky. So it's all about using that bit of wall space as storage, but also as a feature as well, and choosing something that you want to see that brightens up the room and makes you happy. Okay. So I just wanted to add to the 3 tips just a few words about routines, because a lot of the time it is our habits and routines that make us feel like a more organised person, and I am big into having a morning routine. I get up early, but I am not a morning person. I'm basically the sort of person who just wants to drink coffee and not speak to anybody in the morning. So anything that I can do to make my life a little bit easier is an absolute must, to be honest. So one of the simple things that I do when I'm getting ready for bed at night, or getting changed into my pyjamas or whatever, is I'll lay my clothes out for the next day, and I use a hook maybe if I don't want to hang something up, or I've got this clothes horse here which I'll hang up my clothes for the next day. That also works if you've got clothes that you're taking off, like a pair of jeans that you want to wear them again the next day. So you're not going to necessarily put them back in the wardrobe, but you need somewhere to put them, and that doesn't want to be the floor or a chair, so create a space for them. So that is kind of my biggest tip really when it comes to morning routine. Do as much as you can the night before. so that when you get up in the morning, you're already starting the day ahead of yourself and you've just got that little bit of calm to get you through the morning.
So there you go, guys. I hope that you enjoyed Kate's top tips. I have found them invaluable, like I say, both personally and when working with my own clients. Some of the stuff that you recommend, Kate, it's so simple and easy to implement, but it makes such a huge difference. And I think that's the key to it, really, is it's easy to implement.
I mean, because if you try to implement anything complicated, you just won't maintain it. And so it's all about the simplicity and it's all about the maintenance, because there's no point getting all organised and then just going back to square one and not feeling like you are.
Yeah, staying on top of it. And the preparation in the morning routine is key. I totally want one of those little clothes horses now.
They are good.
So where can people find you?
So I've got a website, atidymind.co.uk, and I'm on social media as A Tidy Mind, especially Instagram, where I try to post inspirational images, and I do a blog which is atidymind.co.uk/blog, and I'd love to connect with you online.
Yes, yeah. I'll pop all of the links below to Kate's website and to my own social media channels as well. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and I will see you again very soon. Thanks very much. Bye.